Alright, so on today's episode of Skids Automotive, we're going to be doing brakes, and I'm also going to be running through a few little things to update you with the channel. Alright, so I've got the notes on my phone of what we've got to run through first. Number one is the Apollo. Many of you know the Apollo was my car. Many of you have noticed that the Apollo had just disappeared out of videos. So after I'd replaced the radiator on it, I went back to looking at it, had a few boys around, and we're like, all right, it's still overheating, there's still something wrong. Drove it around for a bit and then found out that it had done a head gasket. Now, because it was such an old car and it made such little power, I thought that there was no point on trying to fix the head gasket because it was a aluminium block. The whole block had warped because of how hot it was getting when it overheated. So it was just a lot of effort. I couldn't, rebuild a whole engine myself, and I wasn't paying to get it done. So I sent it off to the wreckers, and they dealt with it, and I got a bit of cash back in my pocket. And number two, the pit bike. That's the most recent build on the channel. Sadly, I did have to sell the pit bike. I know I was meant to do a video between my bike and Andrew's bike, but every time that I took the bike off-road to try and ride it, the chain would pop off and it'd whip me in the leg. We didn't know why. I thought it was maybe the sprocket or something. We dug further into it. The tensioner bolt was bent and stripped, so it wasn't tensioning properly, and it just kept slipping back the moment that it had bounced on a little bump or anything like that. And I thought, you know what, it's something I can't fix, so we ended up selling that. A lot of you may know about July last year, I uploaded a video for a drift car project with a VX Commodore. The video then got taken down just a little over a week later. Basically, everything with that ended up falling through. I never ended up getting the car. It never went through, whatever. So I couldn't end up doing that. Therefore, there was no build. It was also very thrashed. Well, not thrashed, it was granny spec, freshly rebuilt engine and everything. But all the wiring had been chewed. And for it to pass scrutineering, it needs to have, your lights, whatever. And for a drift car, I'm not an auto elec. I wasn't doing all that myself, and if I did do it myself, it was going to be dodgy. So I kind of just changed my mind on that one, and I never ended up doing anything. And it all fell through with the car anyways. That then brings us to video consistency. Obviously, this is going to be the 5th upload and the last upload of the year. It has been very shocking. We didn't upload until midway through the year this year. And then the video prior to that, I think, was doing the 60. Hopefully there's going to be more videos of the 60 coming up, coming into 2025. But I'm going to be working on different videos to film. So I'm looking at, I've got a few mates with some nice cars. I know, I don't want to spoil anything, but I've got a mate with a GC8 WRX, so I might do a rundown of that. Obviously this is Andrew's Statesman here that we're about to do the brakes on. So I'll do a video on that. I have a mate with a G3 Impreza with a fart box exhaust on it, so we could do a little sneaky run up of that, go around that, whatever. It's all just trying to figure everything out and getting back down to it. Anyways, that was just a quick little update on everything. Here comes doing the brakes. Hope you guys enjoyed today's video. Let's get these brakes done. Alright, so these are the brakes that we're putting on the Statesman. Actually, what we'll do is we'll get them all out. I've got Andrew coming over in about half an hour or so because I am currently missing a piston tool to do the pistons on it, because you got to push the pistons out to put these in. So that's a whole fucking process. But what I can do until then is take off the wheels, take off the old whatchamacallsums, and put these on the right size. Indeed it is. Now obviously you've got to crack all of them before you get it up in the air. Of course they're not finger tight no more. Oh. Alright, I was wrong. It is a flat blade for some reason. But I've got to get this off. And then I can get this off. And then I put those on. Now I've got to get these off first. But these aren't. This is what I hate about brakes. These motherfuckers are locked on tight. But if I can get these untightened and then back in here, there's one there, but I don't have one of them large enough. So I've cracked those. Just give it a bit more of it. Oh, it is one of the ones I gotta hold in place. I can use the needle noses on these. Save that just in case. Alright. Got the brake off. Got that off after a bit of hammering. Took a bit of work. But now I need to figure out which is fronts and which is rears, because they all have different codes on them. So those, I reckon this is a rear. You ready? I knew it. Now she's on. Now I need to push that in using this. I'm gonna get the brake pads. Okay, so we got that back on. So now I've got to put this on, but I've got to put the brakes in there. So that's the outer. That's the old one. Where did I put the other one? Right underneath my fucking feet. Inner right. So wait. If I'm on the back of the car, inner right is that side. I grabbed the wrong one. Oh, because I went like that. So I need that one. And then this bit into there. Like that. And the brakes are all done. Only one of them though. I'll do the other rear on camera, and then the fronts. No, I'll do the other rear off camera, and then the fronts I'll do the other front on camera, and then yeah. All right, so I've done the rears on both sides. Now I'm gonna do the fronts. One. Now we get this off. This is the annoying part, because these ones are a lot girthier. But I can get my breaker bar in there now to get the ones behind off, which is what I love to see. That's all I wanted. So let's get that off. I'll cut back to you. So that was a bit to get off, but now we're up to here. I've got one side off, but now once we get this off, see, the fronts were a lot easier. The fronts, this has been about 10 minutes, and my arm is sunburnt, and it's already peeling like fuck. Joys of Aussie sun. And just like that, the brake is off. Let's go get pads and rotors from up the back. So, for these, I don't actually know. Wait, it is these, correct? Yeah, it is. Oh. Is our little friend still in here? No, he's not. What a shame. I've just redecorated his bloody house. For nothing. And we'll do this side as well. See, this is not what I expected came in the kit. I'm gonna be honest. Not even a kit. Andrew went down to Repco. Put the rotor on. Ooh. That was smooth.
Yeah, boy.
Oh, and the washer's actually stuck on there, like it can't come off. That's good. We love to see when a car manufacturer actually does something correct for once. So guys, the car is done. Celebratory beers all around. This has been a long few hours. My hands are black. I've punched myself in the eye about 4 or 5 times, but we're done. All brakes and rotors have been completed all round. And I will catch you guys next year.